Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Abdul Rahman Shah from Bridging Third Day. Today I will be discussing the most important topics relationship of English with Urdu language before 1947, after 1947, recently the impact of English language or Urdu language. Let me discuss the historical background of these both languages. What happened at the time of subcontinent when the Britishers, when the Hindus, they decided, when the Muslims and the British Hindus, they decided to get rid of the British government. To win the freedom, the war was held in the region. The most important war, that was 1857 war. So the Britishers, they decided, they were thinking that the major culprit for this revolt against them, that for the Muslims. So the Muslims were not, they were ignored in every part of the region. They were not given any kind of opportunity in the legislative, in the executive assemblies, in the government institution. They were not employed. So it became impossible for the Muslim. Sir Said Ahmad Khan, the most prominent leader for the Muslim, he decided, he advised the Muslim that you should get modern education. You should have your focus and attention toward the English language. So when he advised the Muslim to win the Britishers, you should have this way only. So in 1867, when among several issues, among several conflicts, the Urdu Hindi conflict, when 1867, when the Muslims decided that the Urdu should be the Urdu should be replaced, and the Hindus, they decided that the Hindi should be given the most important part, and it should be considered as the national language. It became impossible for both the religions to practice their own tradition, culture, and to utilize their own mother language. So the Britishers, they decided that the both religion, Hindus and Muslims, they have specific tradition, cultures. It is impossible for them to flow as like a river. They can't flow with each other. So the Britishers, they decided that they should get their separate homeland, and it was 1947 they got independence. And let me discuss with you the relationship of English with Urdu after the 1947. When the British government, when it was it was almost over for the Britishers to leave the subcontinent, but still the impact, still the language of the Britisher, that is still progressing in the region, like in the state like Pakistan. When the 1947, it was even though decided in the constitution, the 1956 constitution, that Urdu should be considered as the national language of Pakistan. In every part of the constitution, in every government institution, in the executive, legislative, in every written form, whether that is newspaper, anything like that, that is utilized, that is used in the government institution, Urdu should be focused and attention. So it was just the era of General Ayub Khan when he decided that to build such kind of private sector, his attention toward the private sector, like he built the Lawrence College, Burnt Hall College, Atchison and Christian College, even though the grammar schools in the region of the Pakistan. So his attention was to such kind of institution. He's most he thought that progressment is the direct professional of progressment, that is that just come from, that will come from the English language. But what happened in the 1973 constitution, in the 251 article of the constitution, it was decided that still the Urdu is considered as the national language of Pakistan. But keeping all aside these promises, these admired and the worth of the Urdu language, in the era of Nawaz Sharif and the era of the Benazir Bhutto, they considered, still they were having their attention toward the private sector, whereby they considered English as the compulsory subject for the from class 1 until metric or all level. So it became impossible. It became impossible to Urdu, for Urdu to be utilized in the private sector, in the elite class institution, in the higher education. Let me discuss with you the impact of English over Urdu. Recently, Nam has, like the Mazir, the famous writer Mazir Jamal has says that should not treat your mother language with contempt. but it is it is really happening now that the English is just just keeping aside the Urdu language, whereby now we can see the everywhere of the everywhere of the of the institution of Pakistan. We can see the whether that is newspaper articles, magazine, research papers in the in universities, colleges. We can see that the English is so much focused, so much attention. Every exam is held in the constitution in the institution through English language. Urdu being the most prominent, the most eminent language, even though after before 1947, before just after the independence, it's even though the lexical items has been borrowed from the English language. It was in the it was just separated in the variety cultures, traditions. But now what is happening still, that English has just kept it aside, and English has been considered as the national language of Pakistan, even though almost in majority of the countries of the Asian continent. So now what I see, what I had experienced, that the English language, it is spoken by the elite class, it is spoken by the rich class of the people, by the it has been become impossible for the poor people that to continue with such kind of language, to get to afford the fee of the constitution, to get the education in the institution. So the elite class has been given attention, their job opportunities, the most important stage of any institution, government institution, whereby they are just graduated from the colleges, from the elite class colleges. The fee for the weak class, for the lower class, it is impossible. So it has impacted almost every part of the region. It has placed, it has it has been considered as the prominent most important language of the country. So what I have done in the presentation, that it has really impacted the English language, has really impacted the Urdu language, whereby the Urdu was considered as from the clerk till up to from the higher an officer is having higher prominent stage. He should be the Urdu should be utilized in his institution by him, by the clerk, by everyone. But now Urdu has been considered as the most important and the most prevalent language in the Pakistan. So this was all from my side. Thank you.